And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
This is our last chance.
Darnold looking to start with a pass. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Now Darnold going to take it and just back this one forward to his wideout. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Now Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now Darnold going to take it and just back this one forward to his wideout. The Vikings at 0-8 now on the year. And you'd like to say, let's put the first half behind us and start over, but it's likely not going to be that easy.
It never is it? Because a lot of people say, look forward, let's go ahead and start rebuilding, let's think about the draft and free agency. But you have a bunch of people in that locker room that are saying, don't give up on us now. We still have our pride, and we still have a chance to win some games.
Darnold's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have the Vikings first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. These two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Darnold to throw again. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive in the opening series, Charles. They didn't win the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the lead and not the lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense, and in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on, but his opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave him 3 points.
Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now first carry for their fullback. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Ready.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Love. This one swung out here to Jones. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. Room here to run. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
44 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Here's Love. Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tonyan, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Packers have taken the lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. first down, Darnold. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And the defense closes quickly there and get maybe a yard to the 33.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. 3 and 5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5 and 5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3 and 6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Play action this time with Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Gibbs. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the ballback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Love going to give this one to Jones. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. On the give, this is their fullback. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch him by surprise.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Hey, no steal.
Up the middle, Jones. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Packers 14, Vikings 3. Pat O'Donnell set to kick off.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Second and goal from inside the 5. Love. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Packers 21, Vikings 3. Pat O'Donnell set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Nwangwu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a gain of 5.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's got some space here. There he goes, right side. And he's in for the touchdown. First down. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, certainly they haven't had the ideal first half, but there's some momentum for them to take into halftime.
Yeah, and it might not be that wild momentum, that you see sometimes where they score late and teams go sprinting off and the whole deal. No, it might not be that, but it does give them a better feeling about themselves and what they can accomplish in the second half.
So we come upon halftime, and what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Here's Jones again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
And that's where this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 3rd down, Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. And a big loss here as as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there. And taken right at the 35. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing. Love. Finds Lazard quickly on the slant. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left them no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Love. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there. Looking at a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter. Not the smartest of throws.
I agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
98 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Packer pressure, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Darnold. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. They get this ball past midfield and stopped just before the 35.
position there. A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Love now. Got a man, that's Lazard. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Alan Lazard with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Cook again. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all. And it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys? Let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula's not. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Packers 35, Vikings 9.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. And this is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4. 114 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Here we go. Here we go.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Come on, set. Let's go, charge.
On play action. Love to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school and you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half.